Hello and welcome back to Quell. Just before I continue on with the subject of this, I've been getting a lot of messages from people saying when's my next video out, etc, etc, and I don't do a lot of videos. I do say this, I keep them very unique. If something attracts my attention to do with personal safety, I'll do a video on it. If someone asks me to do a video on something and I think it's worthwhile, yes, I'll do it. So I do about 3, possibly 4 videos a month. We don't do that in the context of YouTube for money. We do it for pure interest to our attendees on our courses and our clients to use in their own sense of induction training, especially, or partly refresher training. But every now and again something attracts me and I think might do a video on that, and this is what I've been looking at. It's called a tracking card. It's very interesting because I've always used air tags. I use it, believe it, on my motorbike. I use it on some relatives of mine. If you watch previous videos, you'll know I've got a very close relative that has dementia and it seems to work. But this seems to be the new thing. There's so many different variations, and I basically went on one of the deals, which was pay for 2 and you get a 3rd one free, which is pretty handy if you think about it. I know people who have tracking devices in their vehicles, on their children, one on his dog, which I understand because he paid a fortune for it. But it is something that is pretty new, I suppose. Now, tracking card says exactly what it says, and what it is a credit card. That's it. That's what you get, is a little credit card. It's quite a weighty card, okay? I'm not going to go into the technicals of how much it weighs because that then gets a bit silly in my opinion. You've got instructions basically, but it's a bit self-explanatory, okay? As its on button, it's wirelessly charged, and it says it lasts about 2 to 3 months plus, but I've seen variations and comments on that. When you actually look at it, it works with Apple Find My, but I'm sure it'll work with other Androids if you get the one, obviously. I get it because we all carry Apple phones. Now, I have been using this recently. I've been testing it with a colleague of mine, and we've also put it in one of our vehicles, and it is quite accurate, on par to the Apple AirTag. And it is a longer battery life. Now, we haven't tested it in full, but at the moment the battery life seems to be holding, and it is quite convenient. I'm not just saying this. You can put it in a wallet, a purse. If you want to put it in your vehicle, it slips in. But it's all down to how, obviously, you want to monitor something, okay? This will have pauses. What I mean is, it might come up when you look at it and say, the item is in this location for the past 24 minutes. This item has now moved, and if it's in a moving vehicle, it'll dot around and show you where it's going. But I quite like it. It is quite sturdy, and I do actually quite like it in the context of it has a long battery life, which is very important. I don't have to buy any extra batteries to put in it because it's wirelessly charged. The battery is built in, which I think some other people that have certain tracking devices should think of this, because this is the way we're going now. I like the idea that it's wireless charged. Leave it, come back, put it up, put it back in your wallet. It's simple. Is it good for personal safety? Well, anything is good for personal safety as long as it works. This works. So I'd ask you to have a look at it. Spotminders have not sent it to us. We just did a bit of research because there's variations. The reviews were pretty good, and what I might do in probably a year, I'll do an update and see how good it really is. But if you're looking for something and you don't want to use the Apple AirTag because you have to keep changing the batteries in it, and the little slim batteries, you don't want to use one that's from China. This is from China, okay? I'm just saying the cheap versions you can get off places like Temu and things like that. Have a look at this. Thank you for watching. If you want regular updates, take a look at our LinkedIn Quell training page. You might find something that'll be interest of you. Stay safe whatever you're doing, and always remember, you are the only one that will keep you safe. Bye for now.